Alright, so my first round opponent didn't show up, so this is round two. That opening hand was not a keeper. Um, this is alright. I mean, it's not like flashy, it doesn't have a bunch of crazy things going on, but it's simple. It does its job. I'm not gonna argue. So, okay, that's a little flashy. You know, sometimes you need a little bit of flash sometimes. I don't know, man. But, okay, this is pretty good. Um, okay, Wall of Blossoms, I believe. I like playing against these red, white, and blue kind of slower control builds with an aggressive deck because you know they have very few ways of dealing with things like Scavenging Ooze and you know against like just creatures in general. Like they need like wrath effects. Um, okay, so he's gonna think twice and he's gonna let me exile it with Scavenging Ooze. Well, I would. Well, the question is, do I want to let him use up his entire turn to draw an extra card, or do I let him play a spell and then exile it? So he's going to play Thassa, so I would rather him use up his entire turn, play a spell, but if he wants to play a Thassa, that is fine by me. So, I mean, Thassa, it's like one of my pet cards in Cube because I loved playing it in. Yeah, I played it in Standard. Um, I think I only had enough devotion once to turn it on. I used to play it in blue-white control with Sphinx's Rev, solely for the Scry 1 ability. Um, the one time that I did turn Thassa on was, and that sounds kind of wrong, the one time was at a PTQ. I was playing the blue-white control mirror match, and me and my opponent had all four of our. Oh, sweet, another spell that I won't let him flash back. I have no problem with that, by the way. No, but me and my opponent had out all four of our. Um, what's the name of the card? Um, Detention Spheres. And I was then able to. Um, whatever it's called. I was then able to. Turn on Thassa, because Thassa had been sitting on the board just scrying every turn. And, well, let's see what Nissa does here. I could just untap lands in the case of a Force of Will. Alright, alright. You got me, buddy. Force of Will, you know. Um, I probably would have just untapped lands, but no, it's just really funny when you and your opponent have 8 detention spheres in play that can't target each other, and the Thassa that I was using solely. Ooh, the combo Keranos and Thassa, side by side, hand in hand. All right, Raphaelos. Okay, so this can go a couple of different ways. Also, I would never play Force of Will Unlimited. It seems like a terrible idea. I may get Nissa, and I'm gonna attack. I'm gonna play out Raphaelos. Um, Actually, that Thassa though got me into the top 8. It was just really like it was a long, drawn out control match. Okay, so if he can use Keranos' ability to bolt here, yeah, I love having like extra little windows version 4 has me open up. Okay, so he's scryed and he still had a mountain on top. This could be a mass removal spell, or it might not be a mass removal spell. I have no idea. All I know is that letting a green player have Raphaelos in play, never a good thing. I mean, it doesn't take that much intelligence to know that it's not a good thing. So, alright. I am going to now. Alright, that's fine. I'm going to play Nissa. Um, and I'm going to turn one of my lands, do a 4/4. I think is good. And of course, I choose the land on top, which has Summoning Sickness. Yahoo! Because I could have done 4, 5, 6, 8 damage there, which would have been much better than not doing 8 damage. I still have 2 mana floating though, so. And while that's on the stack, I could still tap it. Yeah, I'm gonna tap it. Well, it doesn't really matter, right? I have plenty of mana. Just gonna let it turn into a creature. Now I'm gonna play my friend Karn. He does things. And last time I checked, indestructible does not mean cannot be exiled by Karn. So, one day we will see the Karn versus Ugin match. I have yet to see it. I really want to. It just sounds hilarious. But I'm going to start exiling cards from his hand and swinging in with, my little dudes, which is fine. There's red, white, and blue has banishing light. I think O-ring, whatever it's called, and it has unexpectedly absent. I'm not 100% sure if I got that correct, but okay, so he bolted my ooze, but red, white, and blue has very few ways of getting rid of a Karn or getting it off the table without dying to my other threats. So, alright, flipped over a Preordain, that's fine. This time he kills Raphellos. I think he'll learn from this match on forward, Step 1, kill Raphellos. Step 2, don't let Raphellos enter the battlefield when your opponent's playing mono green. I mean, it's not that incredibly difficult. Now, with Keranos, he can control his next couple of draw steps. He could preordain to control his next couple, depending on what he wants to draw. He can use it, he could bolt or just take lands off the top. Now I'm gonna exile another card from his hand. Always fun. Enjoyable. I think it doesn't tell me what I exiled with Scavenging Ooze or what I exiled with Karn, which is very frustrating. Now I have a Thrun. I don't think he has any way of dealing with Thrun. But this is cube, right? We're supposed to have fun. I mean, it's supposed to be enjoyable. I have this game basically won. But, I don't think that's good enough. I think that's alright, but certainly not good enough. So let's read Karn for a minute. Wait, what does his ultimate do again? His ultimate does what now? It restarts the game? Okay, so I'm thinking to myself, why would I want to give him Fire and Ice and a land? I mean, honestly, he could have the Mizium Mortars if he wants the land, and I'll give him Fire and Ice. I'm sure he'll take Fire and Ice there. It makes the most sense. Especially if he wants to do some sort of, by splitting up the Mizium Mortars and the Fire and Ice, I don't allow him to tap down a land and not allow me to regenerate Thrun. But we're not here to do fun things like regenerating Thrun. We're here to fuck around with insanely powerful magic cards, hence the point of Cube. So I'm gonna just read Karn for a minute, because I thought it was you reset the game and then Karn stays on the battlefield, but then I thought, wait a second, that would be a little too busted now, wouldn't it? Not to mention I have this game over in 2 swings, but fuck it, let's do it anyway, right? How many times you get to ultimate Karn? So, alright. I may have just given him the game there, but I had to do it. Come on. Now I have to mulligan this hand. but it's all good. I get to ultimate Karn. Um, love it. Okay, this hand is okay. If he is able to beat this hand off an ultimated Karn, I will be amazed. And I get an island. Oh man, that is just nuts. And this is just like the rubbins here too. He works so hard to scry and get all his lands and stuff like that. I think I incorrectly played. I should have played the Tree Speaker first. I'm not 100%, but either way, I'm gonna go turn 2 Garrick. God, I love doing stupid things like that. Like this. Like this is why I cube. This is why everyone should cube. Like if you don't cube, you're racist, clearly. But I mean, yeah, this is not the best cube. Sometimes you have to live with those things. But in this case, it is hilarious. So I plus that, and then I'm going to untap 2 lands to play my Silverheart. Oh wait, no, I don't need to play Silverheart. Just gonna play the Smear Battlesphere. This was a pretty good mull to 6 off of an ultimated Karn that restarted the game. See, Karn shares a quality with my favorite Magic card of all time, which is Shahrazad. Shahrazad says, "Oh no, Slagstorm. Aye." Shahrazad is just like, when it first came out, I was like, I love this card. And I was a kid then. Oh, all that stuff didn't matter, by the way. I still have Silverheart in my hand. So I could also bring back things with Eternal Witness. See, this is what I was saying when I was drafting, is that, Eternal Witness, no matter what, has always been like an all-star in every deck I've ever played it with. So I'm going to swing in. I can't use the ability of Mirror Battlesphere because I have no other mirrors in play. But thank you for asking, Moto. Alright, so what's his follow-up here? He's got a white mana, so he could Wall of Omens. That's his follow-up. That's a pretty weak follow-up there. It's not like playing Karn. Oh man. Oh man. Sometimes you just need to have fun. Like I don't even care that whether or not it costs me a game. I just need to have fun with it. I don't even think he blocks here. Does he block? Oh, I used Karn's not Karn. I used Garrick's ultimate and won the game. I mean, I didn't have to do all that, but that's the much more fun way of doing things. And if you can't have fun while doing things, then really, what's the point? So he's very counter heavy. Sundering Titan would do work against him. I don't know if I'll get the Cast Tooth and Nail. I'd rather, I want to bring in Winter Orb. Because, like I said, what's the point of playing Cube unless you're going to screw around with your opponent's head? When I play Cube, I want to beat them so badly. Also, he was playing tap lands, and he does have to use up a lot of mana. So, I mean, that's the logical reason for Winter Orb. But, what's the purpose of playing Magic if you're not doing it to fuck with people? Now, I have the option of just playing Winter Orb here, or I can go Wall of Blossoms. But I want to get that Winter Orb into play with him not having lands untapped. So, now here's the thing. I like his little Shadow Looter. It's a quality card. Miserable in combat. Because, you can't... When in a blue deck, you kind of want to be... Like, other looters can block, but this one has to deal combat damage. And in previous cubes, where you were able... Ooh, Harmonize. In other cubes where you were able to... I can't... oh yeah, get, like, really quality equipment, like GTA or something like that. Then all of a sudden, a guy with Shadow that loots becomes like the best blue creature on the planet. But I think in this cube, he's been downgraded a lot. Um, and your opponent really has to draw very, very, very poorly, especially in like a monocolored deck. Now I'm going to play out my Troll Aesthetic with 1 mana untapped, and I'm thinking he has like Remand or Mana Leak or something that would blow me out of the water, but maybe he doesn't have Force of Will this time, so which is pretty good. I'm just gonna keep up 2 mana Troll Aesthetic and then get in there every turn for 3 and just race his Looter Il Core with my Troll Aesthetic and see who wins that fight. So that's fine. We're both at 17 now. Mind you, I haven't done anything, but yes, we are both at 17. All I did was play a Winter Orb and a Troll Aesthetic. That's how hard Magic is. Plus, I've also like put him off on doing things for many, many turns. I like to keep, he did show me Slagstorm, so having mana untapped does seem like it has its advantages. And just swing in, casually, swing dancing, and all that fun rigmarole. Next turn, I think, other than keeping up regeneration, yeah, Keranos, alright. So, I'm still winning the race here. He has no way of beating me in this particular race. I think. If you look at it, Keranos in a deck with 17 lands. I dropped my remote. That's annoying. Will I ever find it again? Possibly not. He has what, like a 50% chance of hitting a land? Something like that. I don't know, math is hard. I'm just gonna play this Wall of Blossoms. Nothing says aggressive like an 0-4 wall. I just wanted to draw a card. Ooh, a land. That's exactly what I wanted for Christmas. And I'm Jewish, so Christmas is even better. And just keep swinging it. He has to hit spell, 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 spell with Keranos. But he also needs lands so that he can actually untap lands. So it's really a weird mixture of like, what is he gonna do? Is he gonna try and get lands so he can get them untapped, or is he gonna try and get spells so he can eventually try and race me? Because at this point, it does not seem like he's going to be able to race my creatures. He can do all this stuff. This is all fine. But it gets to a point, though, where, you have to... I have him on a 4-turn clock. Potentially less than that, depending on whether or not I draw land next turn. I think this is the one time that having a fetch land or a couple fetch lands in the deck would have been nice, because then I could have Eternal Witnessed it. Ooh, that's badass. I can Acidic Slime his red source, even though I'm not sure if that red source is in his hand or if it's in play. That's why you should always play all your lands looking exactly the same. That way you can tell if something is different. Like, when you probe somebody, Alright, so he's at 4 lands, whatever, that's fine. And then, let's see what he's going to do here. See if he actually taps some mana. He may just swing in first before he does anything. At least I know when I'm playing Control, I swing first before I do anything. Like when you have a card like Looter, or I don't even know what else, but you know, you want to do things either second man, or you want to. You never actually when you play control deck, you don't even want to play things on your own turn. If you're playing things on your own turn, then your opponent is dictating the game. And if the opponent dictates the game, then you've lost. Seems like he's a little flooded though. So Winter Orb shouldn't be hurting him too much, but it seems like it slowed him down enough for me to get in uh, 11 points of damage, something like that. Um, no, 9 points of damage. Alright, so I'm gonna attack with my little troll. That's fine. And let's see, he's gonna Venser, bouncing Winter Orb, most likely. Okay, so I am going to, and then he's gonna block to make me tap. And then he's going to probably, he wants me to recast Winter Orb. If Winter Orb resolves though, he's all tapped out. Then again, so am I, which makes me susceptible to Slagstorm or, you know, any of those spells. Okay, so he forced it. I don't even know what he pitched. What did he pitch? Okay, so he's got a Keranos and Pillar Flame. So that's 5 damage there. I'll put me down 9. But it also looks like he doesn't have... Maybe he's saving the Pillar, I don't know. Either way, I get to untap all my manas. All of them. It's kind of nuts. But, he's looted a lot, by the way. This is why I think they took sort of body and mind out of the format, out of the cube. Because if they would have left it in, it would have been kind of insane. Okay, that's fine. That's perfectly fine because once again, I have the MVP of this entire. Oh, or I have him. Either one works. But I have MVP in my hand, which is the Eternal Witness, which will just, you know, flat stop anything that he does. Mirror Battle Sphere! Woo! And if I hit another land, I can play Avengers Zendikar and make a whole army of 1/2s. So that seems fine by me. Let's see, what's this top deck? It's Repeal. Okay, so 1 mana, bounce one of my mirrors, draw a card. He can't bounce anything else. He doesn't have the mana to do it, I don't think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He can kill a mirror. I think that would actually make a lot of sense. But instead he's just going to try and bolt me. And then I'm guessing he's hoping for another burn spell. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, Tamio, the Moon Sage. Sage of the Moon. I'm friends with the artist, Eric Deschamps, and he explained to me why Tamio was in Avacyn Restored. Tamio was in Avacyn Restored because it was a set based on the moon. Not the moon so much as it was a set based on werewolves. You know, Innistrad was based on werewolves and that sort of thing. So, since even though Tamio's from Kamigawa, she's the goddess of the moon and something to do with werewolves, and he explained the whole deal. He's a very cool guy. He was one of the lead designers on a miserable set, be it Theros. Okay, so I have a couple options here. I can Acidic Slime, I can Eternal Witness. I don't want to Wolfear Silverheart, because anything that I use my Wolfear Silverheart on, he's just going to bounce it, because I can only connect it to a token. I'm going to get back... I have the option of getting back... I can get back Winter Orb. See, I told you. This is how you play, like, Cube. You have to do it stupidly. With stupid cards that do stupid things. So let me replay Winter Orb. Sorry, man. If you can't laugh while playing Cube, you're doing it all wrong. You just need to have fun with it. There's just, just have fun with it, man. Alright, so, I mean, he can, oh, wait, yeah, he could bounce it next turn, but then I'll just replay it, even though he has a repeal. And now I'm gonna attack Tamio with, oh wait, I'm not gonna, why would I attack Tamio? I don't care about Tamio. Tamio's ultimate only comes into play when, I mean, Tamio only comes into play when her ultimate or whatever. It's unimportant. It would probably be best for him to just use her minus ability and draw a bunch of cards. Either way, though, he needs a board wiping spell. And because he used repeal instead of minusing Tamio and drawing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards to hit a Slagstorm, which would have. Oh, wait, then he would have had to deal with the Mere Battlesphere. Yeah, it wasn't looking good for him no matter which way you put it, I'll be honest. And I got to screw around Winter Orb, so I had my fun. Yeah, he puts me down to 4, but I don't think they're. I mean, Boros Charm? I don't even know if Boros Charm is in this. So he's tapping that down again. I don't know what that does. He should have just drawn cards. I mean, I don't know what he could have drawn, but it must be better than what he has. I think he's going to scoop here. Alright, I'll see you guys in the finals.